So my thought with that is two things. Either number one, VA do the common sense thing and allow someone to raise a new legal argument that they might not have raised in the original case because, oh, by the way, they didn't think it was a needed argument until you denied the case with some creative rationale to begin with. Or two, put out actual regulations that everyone can see clearly stating that a novel legal argument cannot be raised in the higher level review lane and define what exactly that means. Because right now it seems to mean different things to different people within the Veterans Benefits Administration structure. And that's not how it's supposed to be. The whole legal system is not supposed to be a guessing game.
They did. So you get a decision. There was no argument. They didn't do anything.
Right,
That's when you go to a higher level review.
right.
How can you? There was nothing raised originally.
See, and that's where it becomes confusing because VA will
Mhm.
say in such cases that if you send in essentially a snapshot of the original claim and say basically, VA, you got this one wrong, take a second look, that's fine for a higher level review. However, if you say, VA, you got this wrong because you failed to apply the principles of the sharp precedent as it pertains to orthopedic flare ups, that can be
Right.
seen as a novel legal argument, and VA then possesses the ability to kick that back and say, sorry, this is not the right lane, try again, which causes further delay in the case, further angst for the veteran who is waiting to get justice in the case, and leaves advocates totally confused about what is or is not a higher level review.
That smacks in the
Yeah.
face of what I understand a higher level review to be. That's what I do with higher level reviews
Hmm.
because these are supposed to be decision review officers, like the equivalent of what used to be these with these 20 years of experience, and it is something where the lower level raters misapplied or didn't understand a legal principle, the
Right.
law, and you go to them and you explain under Sharp, under Gilbert, this is something that didn't happen. So if that's not what that lane is for, what are we doing?
And there seems to be confusion on that point. And the confusion, with all due respect to the VA, is coming within the VA.
That's what I was just going to say.
Because I've seen different VA adjudicators treat this differently. And that's not helpful.
This is a self-licking ice cream cone. Yeah, well, I see you're bringing up things I didn't even know existed. I've been doing it that way. But you know what? I'm still waiting for decisions on my higher level review conferences for a year and a half ago. So I wouldn't know one way or the other whether or not some of what you're talking about. So therefore, I'm now I'm now continuing to operate under one theory of how we practice, and I won't know if that's wrong or not for another year and a half
Right.
because
Until it comes back with a decision.
this is really unfortunate.
And it's gotten to the point now where if I present that kind of a case, I will actually write in paragraph one of my narrative, there is no new evidence being presented in this matter, just to spell it out for whatever person or whatever machine, because we know we're seeing the introduction now of artificial intelligence
Yep,
into the adjudicatory process. Whatever they're looking, they can find those keywords front and center unambiguously. Is that helping? I'm
that's
not
good
sure,
advice.
but I'm at least making the attempt by putting it right there front and center
That's
for them to hopefully see and comprehend.